welcome back. Video number 5 on the Monte Carlo. I know my last video was really horrible. I didn't do much. I didn't film much. I have been slammed, guys, with everything. Hustling, trying to get things going on the 36, trying to get this done to bring the 40 in here. I mean, I got a lot going on. So my camera is, it's hard for me to walk around talking to myself. But I am trying to give you guys updates. I will start filming a little bit more and getting more involved. But here is the start of it all. Those tires on the 32 got traded. So the tires on the 36 will come to the 32. Once I do the chassis work on that car and put the new rims and tires, then those rims and tires will come to this car. But on the other hand, I got tired of screwing with that. It looked like shit and I didn't like it, so I cut it out, and I'm using the contour little deal here to make sure that it's good on both sides. I made this panel for it, which I'm going to Cleco on there, scribe it out. I rolled it on the English wheel and got the panel to have the same contour. I also was able to get behind in here and pull this out a little bit. It still needs a little bit more, but I was able to pull it out, especially here. It was real low. So I need a hammer and dolly here a little bit and pretty much get that flattened out. And I'll buzz that other piece in, but I need to take my time with it because this metal in this quarter panel, it's not fun. So I'm really going to have to take my time. But for now, I gotta take off, guys. I gotta go do some shit, but I cleaned all these up. These came off the 32. Yeah, there's my boo-boo right there when I hit the curb. But yeah, these are going Chongo. I traded him these tires, not the rims, just the tires, for a set of rims for my 36. And then I bought some tires from Phil, Bernalillo Phil, for the rims that I got for the 36. So I already have rims, tires, beauty rings with the ribs on them, and I have a set of spider caps, and I'm also going to score a set of shining cones and see if I like them. If I don't like either one, then I might go to the Starburst hubcap and try that out. If not that, definitely going dog dish. Gotta be a caddy wheel or a Lincoln. I do have a set of spare Lincolns that I might just run on that 36, the same runs I'm running on the 40. Who cares if they have the same hubcap? I'll just make a custom center cap for them so they look different, but the same style hubcap. I love the Lincoln, and I have those hubcaps. They work perfect. You know, they're nice because you don't need a special. You don't have to customize them to put them on. They pop on and they're still a dog dish. Caddy wheels, you got to have a special little thing that you got to pop on, and then those bolt to that. It's a pain in the ass. But they do look badass. But anyway, guys, that's where we're at. I'm going to start welding on that. I might start tinkering with this and see if I can get this situated. And if I do, I might just paint it. I might just pop this body off and spray it, spray this chassis real quick, and then take all that stuff, get it chromed, and I think I'm going to put those 36 wheels on this. If I don't like them, I'm going to switch rims in the back and get rid of that piece and put a different style wheel with a white wall, because I can always sell those other ones and buy some new tires, but same with this one. I might change this whole old school shit out and put like a newer modern drum brake on it, or even a disc. But the only reason I was thinking I don't want a disc is then I gotta go change my stupid master cylinder. I don't want to have to do all that, dude. Like, this little car is cool the way it is, so I might just leave the wide fives and just paint, you know, what I have. That set on the 36 are cherry, way better than the ones I had. And I also had a set, guys, an extra set of those wide fives. So I got like 3 sets of them. But And they're vintage. They're old school. That's the way they were supposed to be back in the day. You know, the 30s like that they ran, or the 50s they ran wide 5, because 36s had juice brakes. So there's my other set. I have that other set right there, 4 of them. Then I have the set of the 15s for the wagon, but I'm gonna hold on to those 15s because they fit a lot of other things. I'm gonna let go of the spokes to Jason unless he wants to buy the 15s for me and give me the spokes back. I don't know, whatever he wants to do. Either way, I just need an extra set of rollers to run around. But gotta wrap it up, guys. I gotta go pick up my kid. But later on, I will get with you guys on the update. When I start welding that in, I'm going to start filming things again instead of just doing updates. I've just been so slammed, guys. I'm sorry. But yeah, we're going to start actually throwing some work involved in this whole thing. So maybe even I'll explain to you how I do it or what I do. So, I mean, I don't know if you guys know, but some of you might not know. That's why you watch my channel. I don't know. So I will just show you instead of just talking about it. Catch you in the morning. Well, guys, I screwed the pooch. I didn't screw shit. So what happened is I forgot to turn the damn camera on before I started spreading the glass. But I ended up cutting this entire patch out and welding a new patch in it because it was completely screwed up, like really bad, and I was not happy with it. And I just spread this mud and said, damn, I didn't even get a video or a picture of it. But so I spread some glass there. I spread glass across the bottom of that since I welded all that up. You guys saw that. This was a little wavy, so I just spread some glass on it for now. You can see, let me see if my light works. There's the patch panel right there. Just so you guys believe me. I'm not over here just throwing glass over bullshit. Now that's fully welded in good all the way through around. But I had to cut that whole panel out, and then there's that lower panel. Yeah, it wasn't fun. I don't even know where the other panel's at. I think I threw it already. But it was pretty brutal. I mean, look at the one I cut out. This is the one I cut out from the bottom. That's how screwed up that one was. But that one on the top looked just as bad. I don't know what I did with it. I think I threw it away already, because my trash can is empty. But anyway, that's where I'm at. I'm just going over the fiberglass where all of the welds are at. Anything I weld up, just so it doesn't crack, or if it ever cracks or wants to move, it's solid with the glass. So all the little spots up here, the body line on top, you know, every little thing here, I just kind of glassed it. And then I'm going to block it flat, and then depending, I may glass it one more time, real thin coat again. I mean, you can pretty much see through this, guys. It's transparent. I mean, it's very minimal. I just basically put it to go over the welds and over anything that may be a little warpy. But glass it, block it flat, maybe glass it one more time, block it flat. That way the whole car is solid and pretty much on its way to being straight by the time I go ahead and put my epoxy and my high build on it. I mean, it's already getting some of the stuff worked out. Anything that I see or feel that I need to do that feels wavy or feels weird to me, I glass that too right away before I epoxy and do all that stuff. It's always worked for me that way a little better. And I mean, when you weld, dude, metal warps, but I keep the heat down. But I've had some panels that warp pretty bad, and that sucks because then you got to reheat them and pop a ding in them and try to pull that dent back out and work them, and then you get them out. It's a mess. So that one, I took my sweet ass time tacking it little by little. I didn't even mess with my TIG welder. I just did it with the MIG, low, real low. And I mean, you saw how good it looks from the back, but damn, that sounded dirty. But anyways, yeah, we got a dent here. I got to pull out. But this quarter is way better. I just got to weld that piece down there still. And this mess and that little corner there, we're on the way, guys. So I still got to strip this side. But I figured since I'm on this side now, I wanted to start getting some stuff on this. So I got a jam now, but when I come back later, I may block all that out, lay another coat on it, and while that's curing, I'm going to go to that side and start welding up and fixing the rest of the metalwork, strip that fender, strip the catwalk, and we're off to full-blown bodywork, guys. I just noticed there's a couple dings here and here. I'll probably pull those real quick or hit them with the dolly if I can. Yep. Gotta weld that shut, but I'll weld that when I fix this mess. Gotta go, guys. I pick up the kiddo from school. So I'll be out here later on this evening, and I'll show you where we're at when we block this thing down. Alright, Cardinale, guys. We're back on it again. The next day, I blocked out a little bit of the fiberglass. So I'm going to tap in a few of these little high spots, and then I'm going to start, I think I'm going to go one more round of fiberglass just on the thick part here, on the bead, where it kind of sinked in on me a little bit. I'm going to throw a little bit on there. It's very thin. They didn't put very much on there, but I'm going to go ahead and try to get it as flat as possible with the fiberglass, block that flat, and then I'll add a thin coat of light body filler after the fact. But I'm actually, once I get past the fiberglass portion, I'm gonna actually glaze probably the whole panel. A real light skim coat of lightweight body filler, and just lightly skim the entire panel and then block it flat. I usually never do that. I usually leave the panels alone, and I kind of just chase dings and dents and fill them and try to block them flat. But I think this time I'm going to try to just skim the whole thing, because this panel is really rough, and I've never tried that before. I've never skimmed an entire panel on anything. I've always just went off my primer and blocking, and you use less material, but sometimes it takes you longer. So this time I'm going to try that out just to give it a shot and see what happens. Of course, if I do it to this side, I got to do it to that side. So let's get into it. Let me set you guys up on a tripod, and we're gonna mix a little bit of mud and go from there. Shit, I don't even know where my damn tripod's at. You know what? I'm not even gonna. Well, that's the other part, guys. Finding the tripod. That sucker disappears every single time I need to use it. I can't find it. This is a good one. Yo, there you are. You didn't win today. Now, funny thing is, I don't know how it ended up over there. I don't know what you're doing over there. Trying to hide in the corner. Like we play hide and seek, you know, like we do things in the shop like that. You know, but you know who's been hiding for a good while that I hadn't seen? The old shop boss. I don't know if you guys watch my early videos, but I had shop boss always in here on my ass about everything. I ain't seen him lately. I guess I've been either not here, or I don't know. Maybe he found a better place or someone else to go harass. Alright guys, so we're on this mess. So I cleaned all this up here. I actually should weld a little spot there, but I recreated this line. I welded this in, and then I kind of used the little grinder wheel to recreate this line so it matches. But now we have all this mess, which obviously was patched before because there's brass. So what I'm going to do is I built this little piece here because this is all chewed out. So I need to weld that in there. And then I need to weld this piece needs to go in here. And then I need to bring this down closer and weld that in. I need to cut this little section out so this will drop in. And then I can do some more adjusting. But pretty much from there we're close. This part here, I went ahead and gave it one more good coat of glass just to try to get it flatter, which is way better. There's a really bad high spot right there. I'm gonna have to beat the shit out of that. But I mean, other than that, this I feathered it out as well, so there wasn't like a hard edge. But that's pretty much it, guys. Camera's gonna go on the charger for now. Once I weld this thing in here, I'm gonna go ahead and go to that side and knock that part out and do that other welding part in. Then I'll come back to blocking this out, and then we'll start skimming stuff on this side. So we're moving along. Yeah, so pretty much from there we're going to try to get a lot of this shit done today. Kick you on here in a minute. Alright, well, from here down, let's that'll work. Alright fellas, so gotta charge the GoPro. It's at 11%. Got that butcher kind of Ed Gein thing going on. Except I do that with cars. Hey baby, ¿qué pasó? Sick freaking dude, weird ass mother. You know what though, if you guys watch that crazy movie, I watched the whole thing, and it is so weird to see Jax, you know, from Sons of Anarchy. I don't know his real name's Charlie something or whatever, but he plays Jax in Sons of Anarchy, and then for him to play that part, it was very weird to watch. You know, it was more weird to watch him play the part than it was about the movie. But anyways, back to the cars. Hey baby, just kidding. Alright, I got this welded in. All this is cleaned out, back to normal again. I worked around the brass, but back to good enough. At least it's not rotted out, right? I recreated this little gap, which I need to define it better, but I couldn't weld that little hole in there. So I kind of, you guys saw me stick the welder in there, and I welded it up inside there, but it won't weld through. Like, it's welded, I can't see in there anymore, so I'm gonna just fill that with some fiberglass and define this line real clean. And right here anyways, because I usually glass my welds like I told you, it'll clean it right up. So that, guys, may not be perfect, but it's better than the damn rot hole that's there, and it's better than some people that fix it by just filling the fiberglass over the rot, or they just fill it with the spray foam, and then they shave the spray foam off, and then they Bondo over it. You know, there's many ways to skin a cat, but you know, out of 1 to 10, this one's like an 8. You know, if I had a little bit more skill, and I mean I can, it just takes longer. It's a lot more work, but to make those pieces exactly perfect and TIG weld them in, then you can be on a 10 scale, but I'm not going to do that. So, you know, my own cars maybe, I don't know. You know, but this is clean. You know, it looks clean. It's got the line. I need to define this line a little way right in here, but I'll clean that up. But it actually looks stock, like it came like that. I mean, well, it did, but it was rotted out. But same with this one. This one has a little hole at the top. I'm just going to clean it out. And then I'm going to clean that gap out with the grinder, with the little thin grinder wheel. And it cleaned it right out. Stuff like this little hole, I'm going to leave it. And that one. And the reason why is for if water wants to sit in here, at least it has somewhere to go. But I am going to clean this one up next. So I'm going to cut it here. And cut it on the inner lip there and weld it right back in. So we're going to do that next. And then that metal fab is done, guys. I'm put you guys on the charger for now. And hopefully when I get back I'll have a good update and got a lot farther. Alright guys, so that one's knocked out. All done. Back in business. Back in business. And we are off to the last piece. This here. I already cleaned it up. Gotta weld it in. And then we'll go through and weld all those up last. So as of right now, I made a template out of tape, put it on my panel, and then I went ahead and cut it with the razor blade. Now I'll cut it with the grinder, make my patch panel, and then trim it up and make sure it fits just good over there. And weld this puppy in. I'll bring you guys along with me now. All I do is been doing updates. I haven't been doing no like working. So sometimes it's kind of hard to do that, but I just get in the zone and I forget about the camera sometimes. Let's try that first. Gonna take a little bit. Gotta trim this thing up nice and cherry. Hand's cramping and I don't know why my welder's acting up now. All of a sudden. Oh, that's why. Bumped the damn thing up to like number 5 and it's supposed to be on number 3. Shithead. That's why this damn thing wasn't welding right. Start again. back out, but there's Bondo here, so we'll scuff that down, and then if we got a heat shrink that, we will. But it's not very far. Might just dolly that out once I get all this crap out and see where it's at. Oh yeah, that shit looks like shit. Alright guys, so we wrapped up this here on the bottom. Of course, let me turn this light on. Alright, got to grind that down. Got to slightly dolly. There's a little low spot that sucked in right here, just right here. So I need to get in there and dolly that out. I need to dolly this out. There's a high ding here. We're done. We're done with the metal fab. Well, I'm lying. Shit. I forgot I gotta weld all those holes up. That shouldn't take me more than 20-30 minutes. Here we go with this. This whole section was replaced in there. We fixed this little piece here. We fixed that piece there in the corner. Let's see here. Yeah, we got all that wrapped up. I skimmed this with glass first, blocked it flat, and then I did a full skim coat on that quarter. I haven't done the top half, obviously, but I did this bottom half. I skimmed the whole quarter, top and bottom. So I haven't finished blocking it. This is kind of where I left it. There's still a bunch of low spots, but I got a lot more to block off of there, so a lot of those are going to go away. Other than that, down there, still a little wavy. I'm going to have to work on this a little bit, but for the most part, it's not that bad. I know it looks like shit now, but I ran out of time, so I didn't really get a chance to finish blocking. A lot of these low spots are very minimal, which is weird. They're just like spots like where I didn't put enough mud to flow it out. So, I mean, stuff like this will probably block out. You know, I missed spots with the mud. But it's good. I mean, it's very, very thin. I mean, it might look a little thicker than it actually is. Let me see, where's my... Damn it, I had one here somewhere. That wasn't full of freaking metal. Damn, I don't know what to do with it. Oh, it's right in front of my damn face. Yeah, here we go. Everything's solid, dude. You can tell, even the way it sounds. Same shit. It's not even thick. I don't like thick stuff. You know, yes, I have done things thick like that, you know, but that's because I had no choice. And it also depends what you're making, you know, but we got this far with this one, so yes, it's getting done correctly. We're going to go from there, guys, so I don't have much time today. Again, this week, we're going to wrap this video up with this metal work being done, and we're going to be on video number 5, I believe. Video number 6, I believe. So with that being said, keep on following. I hope that you guys like and subscribe to my videos. Tell your friends about my builds. You know, watch my stuff. We're going to wrap it up here with the metal fab being done and the start of the body work. Okay? Started the body work on this thing, and we're going full blown. We're going into mud and freaking block sanding. A lot of block sanding. we're gonna try out these new big kid blocks that I got. They are so far awesome. They are very, probably have to buy a new one. But anyways, big kid blocks, if you're out there, I bought a really good set of these blue ones, and there's another set I really would like to try. Same thing with linear blocks. Linear blocks, I would love to have a set of those because they contour, they bend slightly, and I would love to have a set of those as well. I'll probably work on getting me a set of those eventually, but for now, this is what I got. Anyway, guys, we'll wrap up the video, and we're going to start the new video on the bodywork on video number 6, and we're going to go from there. So thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for all my new subscribers. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.